Today we're doing another educational video. This video is about how wax turns dark. So to burn a lot of wax, you need a plier or a tweezer so that your hands don't get burned. It can be very painful, and you need a mat or a matchstick, and of course you obviously need the wax. So first you burn it, and just so you know, I made all of this wax here on this with many of these tea light candles. As you can see, there's that one. So first I'm going to show you what I made by doing all of this. I had to scrape some off because we don't want a lot of big piles on this. So this was burned 3 times and it's so dark. But this was only burned 1 time. This is normal wax and this is burnt wax. So most candles are made of this substance called hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon, if you break it up, is hydrogen and carbon together. Hydrogen is what you find in most common substances like air and water. And carbon is found in every living thing. So, back to the candle. Hydrocarbon is found in petroleum, coal and natural gas. I have 2 quick questions. One is, why does a candle burn and create this flame? And the second is, why does the candle turn darker and darker every time you burn it? Like these. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think of one answer and 10 seconds for the next. So the first answer in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, time's up. Or maybe I just got to read a word. So a candle burns because of a chemical reaction called combustion. Combustion is where the wax, this material called hydrocarbon, this carbon in the hydrocarbon reacts with the oxygen in the air and creates this tiny little flame. And the second question is, as you might remember, why does a candle turn darker and why does wax turn darker and darker every time you burn it? Like these. I dropped it. Like these. So the answer to that is incomplete combustion. As I told you, combustion is how the candle burns. And incomplete combustion makes some parts of the carbon fall out and reunite with soot. Soot is like the residue or like ashes from fires. And then the more you burn it, the more soot and carbon build up with the wax. Because making this burn 1 time, it has less, and making this burn 2 times, it has more. So that explains it, of why this little candle burns and why these 2 different colors happen. And now, while researching, I found out that there are different types of wax. And this is one called paraffin wax, which is made of petroleum, which is the same substance you put in the car. And then there's beeswax, which most of you have probably heard of, which is made of worker bees. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. I'm scared. And then there's a sealing wax. And if you didn't know, beeswax is edible. You can eat beeswax. And where was I? Yeah. Back to the sealing wax. It was one of the most used wax in the past century because it was used to close letters, like those old stamps which are found on letters that close the letter from getting opened in the mail. That was actually made of sealed wax. That wax, when melted, can actually turn into wire, paper, parchment, which is actually kind of paper, and ribbon. Now, and this wax is made of seals. I'm still sad. And as I told you, in the early 18th, 19th century, we used it to seal letters. That's why it got the name sealing wax. And now we are on epicuticular wax. Yeah, I know it's actually very hard to spell. This wax is made from covers of leaves and plants. They are most found in cabbages and spinach. So the yucky green vegetables actually make good wax. Now we are on Montan wax. Montan wax is made of coal, and it's made of something called brown coal. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's some other type of coal, and it actually becomes into wax. And then for the last wax, we have microcrystalline wax, which is actually easier to spell than epicuticular wax. Microcrystalline wax is also made like paraffin wax from petroleum, but this time it is actually made from the petrol crystals from the refined version of petrol. Bye everybody, and I'll see you another time. I hope you learned all about these waxes, and I hope you learned something educational, because this is the only YouTube video which actually does something creative about wax.